Hi folks, I'm just going to do a quick video on this knife. I've had it for a little while and I've been using it for a while just to see how it goes, and certain things about it appeal to me. This is the Kizer Pinch because you pinch it to open it. We'll have a look at that in a second. The first thing about it, one of the things that made it attractive to me is that it is, although it's a very modern knife, you know, G10 and N690 I think it is steel, or N390 steel. I'll check that in a second. It's very much in the sodbuster tradition style, and as you may know, I like sodbusters and sodbuster style knives, even if they're modern ones. But you know, this one starts off with a reasonable look to it. It's decent materials. It's got a, you know, it's a reasonable designer name, Rolf Helberg, and the steel, as you can see here. If I can get it to, is N690. N690? I think that's 6, isn't it? Still have got C on. Yeah, N690. So, you know, in theory, that's quite a good knife. I quite like the shape of the grind. Normally a sodbuster would be a flat grind. This is a sort of sabre grind. Sort of looks a bit, it kind of has the look of a Scandi grind knife, but it has a micro bevel. So it's, you know, and it's made by Kizer, who are known as a good manufacturer of knives. It's got a reasonable, if not stunningly exciting, clip on the side, which you'd think from the angle of the screws isn't reversible, but actually it is. But I suspect it might look a bit strange on the other side. The holes are drilled so that you can transfer it across, but I'm just wondering about the shape of the top of the clip, how that would go. It wouldn't mirror the shape of the top of the handle here, so I haven't tried reversing it, but I'm sure you can. It's got steel liners, which don't appear to be lightened at all, and it has a single detent, and that's where I'm slightly concerned by this knife. I have tightened the pivot bolt as was suggested I ought to do to make it a bit stiffer, but the problem I have with this knife is that it takes, it's almost, although it's, if you listen carefully, there is a detent, it's a single detent, but it takes nothing to open it. So, and it's the same at that end. The detent is quite light. Now, I don't think it's going to fly open. There's enough of a detent to stop that, but at the same time, there's really nothing. And if it was a friction folder, you'd probably have something on the back here that you could put your thumb on to stop it from folding, but now, I go on about, you know, I don't believe your slip joint knife's gonna fold on you. If it does, it's probably because you were doing something wrong. It's probably your fault and all of that sort of stuff. And I say all that, and I absolutely mean it. It's true. If you've got a normal slip joint knife like this from Rough Rider, and it's not like this is a super expensive knife by any means, quite the opposite, but you know, you really have to push that quite hard to make it close. Whoops. And straight through the cloth. You have to push it that hard to make it open, but I actually made a hole in the cloth. So see that. So that's the weakness of this knife. If it wasn't for that, you know, it's UK legal size, it's just on the margin, so it's, you know, it's a good size to carry if you want a working knife. It would compare quite well with, say, a manly wasp like this. You know, it's similar in terms of size and style and, oops, knock that over again, let's push that back up again. So, you know, you can see it in terms of size, it's very similar. In many ways in terms of shape, it's sort of similar. They both have their heritage in the sodbuster style knife, I suppose. This one is a real working knife. This is used by my son, who's a landscape gardener, and it's, you know, it gets a tough life, and it's just been returned to me because it is blunt. But we'll get that one sorted. That's a small job to do. But anyway, no, I almost returned this knife actually because of that detent, but then I thought, no, I'm going to hang on to it because it does sort of fit in my collection, and it is an example. I keep it as an exemplar of a knife that's just a wee bit too easy to open. Now, if I was Al at UK Legal Carry Knives, he'd probably like this, because the other part of that is that you could probably put an easy opener on it and it would work really well, because it is really quite easy to open. Does take 2 hands though. I have to take it off camera because it needs the 2 hands. Anyway, so there we are. That's the Kizer Feist. So it's got nice G10 handles, stonewash blade, nice long pull nail neck. It's just on the, no, it's on both sides, and a clip. So it's a modern take, but I think, just to my mind, the detent, you could do with a double detent. If I had a detent on both scales rather than just on one, I think it might work better. You know, I have a couple like that, like the CEO, even the Leon Ma number 5, which, you know, it's not my favourite knife, but even that has a stronger detent on it than this. The Wasabi is more like this, but the Wasabi has a bit on the back of the blade that you can hold your thumb on to keep it open. Anyway, there we are. If that's of any interest to you, or if you've got any questions about it, I'll be more than happy to answer it. They do it in a nice micarta as well. I went for the G10 because I wasn't 100% sold on that particular micarta, though I like micarta as a rule. There's some beautiful micarta out there, like this, like the Rough Rider. I just thought that looked a bit rough and ready. But anyway, if you like all this stuff, please feel free to comment below. It'd be great if you could tick the like, and if you wanted to subscribe, it's fantastic. We're getting very close to the 500. The 500 draw will not be until the new year, but I will be doing a giveaway at the 500, and I have got a number of things lined up for it. So it will be worth having a go at. Even if we reach the 500 before Christmas, I won't do it till after the new year because I'm just tied up, I think. I probably won't do it till the new year because I think I'm probably tied up a bit between now and then. I've got many things on in my life. But anyway, please feel free to like, please feel free to subscribe and ring the bell if you want to hear about more of these things. I'm about to make at least one more video this morning, so they will be coming out over the next couple of weeks. Okay, thanks, bye.